Ace. It's been a while. High-Stim Ace is a New York guy, loves wrestling, loves fitness, and you can see right behind him he has a stack. And look, he's flexing already. He has a whole bunch of pre-workouts, more than me, and that's just what he uses. I know you got a whole bunch stashed, so yeah, that once I saw that, I'm like, amazing. Um, so I'll let you take the floor, introduce yourself, and tell everybody in the community how you got involved with fitness, with wrestling, and with pre-workouts. Well, supplements as well.
All right, brother. First of all, it's awesome to be here, man. I'm not using the microphone because we had a little bit of technical difficulties.
Yep.
So, it's the first time we're doing this. So bear with us if you guys are tuning in. It's more of an experiment, first episode kind of deal. But if this works well, we're going to definitely be collaborating in the near future. Maybe be bringing on some other people. This is a awesome community that, we're both blessed to be a part of this community. And yeah, I'm feeling myself a little bit today. I'll show you what I took a little bit later, but I did take a little bit of that glycerol today, so definitely feeling nice and juicy. Had a good workout, and yeah, man, you guys, you know me, I'm High-Stim Ace. I go by Ace of Bait on the subreddit. That's where I got my start. I was just kind of joining there about a year and a half ago, and little by little made a couple of friends, made some connections, and I met a lot of cool people along the way. And then I decided, you know what, instead of me writing this written reviews, which is what I was doing, I was writing written reviews. At that point I had this YouTube channel, and at the time it was Isaac's Health and Fitness. And yo, drug-free Dansby in the house.
Yeah, he's in the house.
Yo, shouts out to drug-free Dansby. Guys, check out his channel. He's also starting out right now. Fire content. My good friend drug-free Dansby. Guys, stay on the stream right now, but save his
Yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna go, but it's going. And one thing I would like to plug in before that, Isaac, Drug Free Dansby will be dropping his first ever review on Juiced on Saturday. So tune in for that. And I'll add it at the end of the video once we finish going live, and I'll do the whole editing thing. So go right ahead, Isaac, or High-Stim Ace. Sorry about that.
So yeah, at the time, like I said, I had this fitness channel that was really more for myself than anybody else. It was called Isaac's Health and Fitness. This very same channel, I think it had about 100 subscribers. Just more like friends and family stuff like that. And that was the time that I was getting involved with the High-Stim pre-workout community over on the subreddit pre-workout supplements. And I decided, you know what? Since I'm writing out these reviews anyway, and I have so much product, why don't I just switch the channel, rebrand it, and post reviews? So if I'm being honest, I also needed an excuse because my girl was starting to get mad at me for buying all these freaking pre-workouts. And I said, listen, I know I'm spending an arm and a leg right now on these pre-workouts. So you know what? I needed a reason to justify my addiction. So I decided, you know what? Let me rebrand the YouTube channel. And I did. And like I said, I used to go by Ace on the subreddit. So I said, what better name than High-Stim Ace? And I don't know, man, everything just kind of clicked together. Like I said, a lot of the initial subscribers I had were from the pre-workout supplement subreddits. I want to give a huge shout out to the review bros who created the most epic subreddit. I'm not really big on Reddit. I do dabble in a couple of video game and movie subreddits, but there's a lot of weirdos on there. And I like I know and love. So shouts out to everybody at the pre-workout supplement subreddit who helped me get started and get off the ground. And I met a lot of amazing people along the way. You, my friend, being one of them, Garage Gym Homie, TJ Fitness Deal News, Review Bros, and there's so many others. Nader. There's a lot of great people in this community, and I'm really blessed to be a part of them, man.
Yeah, and another person I also follow, David Fredrickson. His reviews are very thorough. I feel like he goes in with all these ingredients and gives you 1 minute per ingredient, and then I'm like, I like it, but sometimes it becomes too lengthy. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, I'm learning from him what this does, like Alpha GPC, and then I'm like, why do I like this pre-workout more? And it was because for me, when it comes to the ingredients, like Alpha GPC, I love it just because it gives that focus. But Honestly, for me, a lot of people in this channel just first started when I first started my channel. It was just wrestling, and then I went away for a couple years because I had to go back to school, and basically, like wrestling was kind of an outlet for me when I was when I was going through like separation with my parents and all that. Kind of was like a place where I could tune in, and it was the best time ever because it was like Monday Night Raw, like Wars. So we were like going like flipping from channel to channel, and one friend they had cable, so we were like Monday Night Raw, then going to Nitro, Monday Night Raw during the commercials. It was like a whole thing, and I was like, I fell in love with wrestling from there. Then my friend Robin from New York, he took me to the first ever wrestling show, and then I'm like, I have to go and be part of it. So like, if you go back to like my first videos, everything was like WWE. Then I expanded, and oh yeah, American Review Bros. Oh, in the building. Okay, yeah, yeah, USA all the way. Um, so afterwards, like, yeah, I started looking at other companies like New Japan Pro Wrestling. When AW came on the scene, I tuned into that. But lately, like WWE has been on fire, and like this WrestleMania that just happened, I was just like, they just topped like 25 years of wrestling in just 2 nights, and I'm just amazed that Vince McMahon wasn't even involved in the whole situation. Like, um, so while we're on the topic about WrestleMania, like, what was like your favorite match? Because I know it was a 2 night event. I have the matches written down. If you want me to give you a quick rundown, or do you know them like by heart?
So before I even get into the matches and the rundown and everything, I want to give my little brief introduction to how I got into pro wrestling because you just did, and that's
Oh
a
yeah,
really
gotcha.
quick
Sorry.
story. No, it's all good, bro. And it also brought back a lot of memories for me as a kid watching, the Monday Night Wars and
Yeah.
everything. And we didn't have cable at home, so I used to go to my friend's house. His parents were rich; they had cable. People don't know that back then you had the antennas and you had the local channels. I had like
Yeah.
7 or 8 channels, that were local, and we had SmackDown, but we didn't have Monday Night Raw, and that was the
Um,
flagship show.
where was SmackDown? I think it was like
UPN nine, UPN
U9.
nine.
Yeah, I know. I was like, and that was with the fist, right? Like when it was the fist.
Good times, bro. But what was I gonna say? So I used to go to my boy's house, and we used to watch Raw over there. And I was in elementary school at the time, so I did have a curfew. But luckily, he didn't live too far from me, so I was able to do that most weeks. And when it came to the pay-per-views, he had an older brother that was working already. Whatever, we were kids at the time. But a lot of times, his brother and his friends would order it, so we tag along and watch whatever. So it brings back a lot of good memories, man. But I just want to put a disclaimer out there because when it comes to wrestling, I have a lot of controversial opinions, and I know your audience are wrestling fans,
Yeah.
and I have a very different perspective on wrestling. I look at wrestling as an art form and for storytelling. So for me, when it comes to a lot of things that the modern fans get excited about, like quote unquote 5-star matches and stuff, like to me, I could appreciate a good match, but I'm very much about storytelling and stuff. So I have a very different perspective, which I think will
Yeah.
be cool, because you have your perspective and I have my perspective. So I think it will make for an interesting dynamic to kind of compare and see where our thought processes lie. But I was watching WWE back when it was WWF, and
Yeah.
then I kind of stopped like around 2005, 2006. I kind of stopped and I switched over to TNA Impact. I freaking was a huge TNA fan for many, many years. And people used to crap on TNA,
Yeah.
call it Bush League or whatever. But man, I love TNA, especially like in the later 2000s. They had Sting, they had Kurt Angle, Booker T, they had Kevin Nash, who was a little bit older at the time. But you had a lot of the younger people too,
Yeah.
AJ Styles, Joe Kazarian, Christopher Daniels. You had all those guys, and man, it was such a good balance of good storytelling. You had the in-ring action. You had the, like I
Oh,
said, the
sorry.
storytelling. So it was a very, very interesting time to be a fan. And I was still a fan of Impact Wrestling when they rebranded. And then after that, when the whole thing happened with Billy Corgan, when he got involved, and then the whole drama with Dixie Carter. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because it was like at that time, yeah. I wanted I wanted that you finished. Yeah, I hear you, Dansby. I love Austin. That's why I like the posters back there. Um, yeah, so you got to get the shirt. And look, I want to plug something. In that video that's coming up on Saturday, it's funny because I wore the Atlanta jersey, like the Atlanta Falcons jersey, and I know Dansby. He told me he's gonna rock something special in that video. That just reminded me, just because of like in that era, like everybody, I don't know about you, but like it was like jerseys all the time as well.
Oh,
So that was like when like wrestling got there. But going back to what you were saying about TNA, I understand like it was like more of a loss situation than more losing for Dixie Carter because she was just pumping in money like
yeah,
at losses because she was like trying to meet like where WWF was at, and they were like battling WCW. So it was like billionaire against billionaire and then like multi-millionaire. Like so it was like, what are we doing? And I believe the Hardys were there as well. We did
yes.
get Dustin Rhodes. I think he did like another version of Goldust. It was like something weird when he was like when he gained weight. It was like black and
Yeah, it
silver.
was. Oh my god, he had like a Black Rain. I think it was Black Rain.
Yeah, Black Rain. Yeah, and then we had Jeff Hardy do the Willow character with the whole mask, and I'm like I give it up to him because like he did what he could do. You know, everybody deals with addiction a different way, but he still tried to give us the best wrestling he could at that time. And I even love how TNA gave him his own title. Like there's not a lot of wrestlers who get their own title designs. Stone Cold being one of them. And like the Smoking Skull one, that one was like it blew my mind when he came out with it. I was like, oh man,
That one,
they're
man.
pushing him to the limit. And I was like, wow, that's something amazing. And then like fast forward to this WrestleMania, I thought Stone Cold was gonna be there because if you check the website, like they were selling the shirts like Philly 316. So I'm like, oh, Stone Cold is gonna be there. My friend is a diehard Stone Cold Steve Austin fan, so I bought him the shirt, shipped it to him because he lives in Georgia, but he lives like in I think it's called Loganville, so it's like an hour, like almost 2 hours from my house, just one way. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna end up going over there because night one and night two end pretty late, and then to drive back, it was gonna be like a big hassle. So I'm like, you know what? I'll send it over, and oh, and I also gave him the Russian Power because he loved that one. So I'm like, yeah, he's a little crazy. He takes two scoops, so he goes hard. And I gave him a Noxus pump formula as well because I got the S7 in there. So like to add to the insane label that Russian Power is. Um,
Yeah, I
but
apologize for coughing. By the way, I'm just dealing with a congestion, so I
yeah, I
apologize.
hear you. So, going back to the WrestleMania XL, which is the biggest WrestleMania so far, like, what was your favorite match from night one that you enjoyed?
So I'll be honest, bro. Bro, I'm sorry. I'm having a
No
situation.
worries.
God damn. Yeah, yeah. I apologize for that. I'm just dealing with a bad congestion. But yeah, night one, definitely the tag team match, bro. The build up was really good, and just seeing The Rock with Roman Reigns was incredible for me. I
Yeah, I
love
agree.
that, bro.
And for me, like there were a lot of matches that like took over because I thought like the street fight that we got from like Rey Mysterio, I think it was like LWO versus like Rey Mysterio's son Dominic, and I forgot who else was it. The Santos Escobar.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like leading up to
Like,
it. They kind of switched it too many times. Like I wanted to see that one, but it was like they moved Carlito over, and then like they injured the other wrestler, and then out of nowhere, like Dragon Lee was out of the picture. Like he came in, he came out, and I was like, "What's going on?" Like, but again, Steph and Cody, like fighting The Rock and Roman was awesome just because I didn't expect Taker to even show up at all. Because like if you see at the beginning of the pay-per-view, like Undertaker is all the way in like the little box, like the VIP box, all the way up top with Michelle McCool, his wife, and they're like just watching WrestleMania go down. So I'm like, okay, the focus is off of him, probably Austin, and maybe somebody else might come because I saw Cena as well. But then when Undertaker, the lights went out, Undertaker came out, and I'm like, oh snap, we get that choke slam that like I was like, okay, will Cody win this and no bloodline rules and it'll be a regular match? But then like the finish, I didn't expect the finish. When The
So
Rock,
here's what I liked about the tag team match and the night two match. Jesus, I'm gonna be dying over here, man.
yeah, I got the ginger candy right now just because I'm dealing with the same. I think it's something going around.
It's like 5 minutes ago. I started getting a bad attack, and I think it's settling down a little bit. But anyway, what I
Mhm,
like, and I'm very much a casual viewer in this day and age. You know, I
mhm.
don't watch Monday Night Raw weekly. I watch the pay-per-views or whatever they call them in this day and age, premium
Uh,
live events.
PLEs.
Really, right? I'm so used to calling it pay-per-views, man. That goes back,
Yeah, they're like premium live events, and
right?
like,
So I strictly watch the premium live events, and then if there's something that goes down interesting, I'll watch it on YouTube. If there's like a segment, I'll watch it on YouTube.
mm,
And to me, that's all I need because there's a lot of filler in this day and age. Like I don't know if you remember, but back in our day when we were coming up, when we were watching, I don't think a match ever went through commercial break. I don't think so. Like the matches for the weekly shows, like in the late
no,
90s, early 2000s, they were shorter matches, and then you had the big match on the pay per view. That's how it always went down.
yeah,
So for me, that's another issue that I have as a casual fan, where in this day and age, the weekly matches on Raw take up so much time, and I'm just not emotionally invested. And it goes back to Raw being 3 hours, and they have to fill time, and I get all that. They're getting paid a lot of money for that third hour,
yeah,
so they got to fill it. You can't have all that crazy creative every single week. But with that being said, it is sometimes difficult for me to stay tuned for every single episode. So like for me, I'll watch a Raw once in a while, like the post WrestleMania show. I did watch that Raw,
yeah,
but I usually watch just the monthly shows, and then I'll catch up on YouTube or whatever. But what I was trying to say is that what I love what they did with the whole feud with Cody and Roman and Rock.
yes, hmm,
I didn't know where they're gonna go with it, and to me, that's amazing
yeah,
because you watch wrestling as long as we have. You can predict 99% of the finishes. You can predict who's
yeah,
gonna heal, like what's gonna happen. Like when I watch with my girl, she didn't grow up watching this stuff, so
mhm,
I tell her, okay, this is good. He's gonna kick out right now. Okay, that's it. Match over. And like I told her, okay, he's gonna turn now. Bro, I get it
yeah,
right 99% of the time. She's like, how do you know? I'm like, listen, if you watch wrestling as long as I've watched it, you know, they're very formulaic. So to me, anytime they're able to create a storyline that breaks away from that traditional mold, and I genuinely can't tell which direction it's gonna go in, that to me is
yeah,
good. And I just wish they did that all the time, man, because clearly WWE does have the creative talent there. It's
yeah.
just that whether they're lazy or whether they're complacent, they don't have competition like they had back in the day with WCW to push them forward. I wish they could do this regularly where they're actually putting effort into storytelling, but it is what it is, man. I thought they
Well,
did a great job with the whole build up with Cody. I'm not even the biggest Cody fan, but even I was cheering for him. It was emotional, it was well done,
yeah.
unpredictable, and it was just great all around, man. So the two main events for me were the two highlights. I love
Well, for me, it would be the three because the Seth and Drew McIntyre match, that one was awesome
it.
because it was like if you go back like for the last, I think from like it was like the end of January to WrestleMania, like my brother doesn't watch wrestling. But then like since it was posted on social media, it kind of gave it like that extra oomph that like everybody who didn't know about it is kind of watching these memes or these shorts or these reels, and they're like, "Oh snap!" Like The Rock is firing back, and they're going shot for shot every single Monday, every single Friday. And then my brother's like, "Oh, when is it coming on?" I'm like, "Oh, you want to watch too?" And I'm like, "Okay, let's go." So it was like we would watch. Like I kept keeping it 100. I would just stay there for the Cody, Roman, Rock segments, and depending on what the card was, then I'll stick up for the matches. Like if like Judgment Day, Rhea Ripley was there doing her thing, yeah, I'll watch it. But it was just like must watch TV for Mondays and Fridays, just because you never know. The Rock is gonna show up with Cody or Roman, Bloodline. It was like so much going on. And then, like you said, every week it was like they you thought they were going right, but they went left. And they were like, "Oh, Rock is not main event no more. He's night one. Is he gonna be like night one and night two, or what's going on?" So then the same thing was happening on the Raw end with Drew McIntyre and Seth, and even Punk got involved. Like, because you know how Drew McIntyre was throwing shots at Punk, and then
Yeah.
like and they went hard. I think it was like 2 weeks before Mania when all three of them were in the ring, and they were like, my favorite portion was like Drew McIntyre was like, "Oh, I'm the chosen one," and then CM
Yeah.
Punk was like, "Name who chose you," but he couldn't say it because of legal issues. But back in the day, Vince McMahon chose Drew McIntyre before he left and got big in TNA and all that to hold the Intercontinental Championship. So it
By
was
the
like,
way, not
yeah,
not to cut you off, but I've seen Drew McIntyre twice because I've actually never been to a WWE show, but I've been to a couple of
yeah,
indie shows. I don't know if you ever heard of House of Glory. They're based in Queens, New York. So
hmm
they'll have like stars from TNA or back then Ring of Honor before it was bought by Tony Khan. But I also went to 3 TNA live events. They were touring, so I did get to meet a couple of cool names. I got to meet Sting, Kurt Angle, Jeff Hardy. I've seen a couple of big names. I've
yeah,
never been to a WWE show. That is on the bucket list, but I'm going to get that done eventually. Maybe the next time they come to Barclays, I'll go check it out. But I saw Drew McIntyre when he was going by Drew Galloway, and the guy in person
yeah.
is huge. He's huge, bro. You don't realize on TV how big the guy is. I'm 6'4". I think he's 6'5" or 6'6". The guy towered over me, man. He towered over me, and I'm 6'2". So that guy's
Yeah,
immense. And yeah, man, he's impressive. I love what he's been doing ever since he turned heel. I think he
yeah.
needed it. He was stale with the sword. I mean, it was corny. I'm not gonna lie, it was
Like
corny.
at the beginning, yeah, it was all right, but like coming out every
Yeah,
week
it
with
got
it,
old.
nah, that was like pay per view.
But that's the problem
But
with Vince. That was
yeah,
Vince McMahon's booking. The problem with Vince is he squeezes everything. He squeezes the life out of everything. Like something could start off cool.
yeah,
Like look at New Day, bro. Look at New Day. How the hell are they still a tag team? How didn't they do something else with these guys already? Bro, they've been a team for like 10 years already, man. It's time to move on. They're still doing the same corny stuff they were doing like 8 years ago, man.
yeah. And I get you. Like with Kofi, they pushed him. They gave him everything. Like he was IC champ. Excuse me, Intercontinental champ, USA. He got the WWE title. I don't like how he lost it like in 5 seconds to Brock.
Yeah, that
But
was
that was like a late decision because they were on the Fox network. So it was like first show, we got to make something like pop, and Brock was their go-to guy. But like that finish at the end where like Drew McIntyre's like, "Yes, I got my title," and then you hear Damian Priest music like
yeah.
after he has that beat like that. Like he puts it in CM Punk's face, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, can you rub it in anymore? Like it's like salt in the wound, and then like Punk is like, oh, my arm is healed, and then he starts beating on him, and I'm like, okay. And then Damian Priest comes out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is something I didn't expect. And he basically pulled a Seth Rollins on night two, where it was like this was the time for him to cash in because it was like almost 300 days that, or like 290 days that he didn't do anything with the title. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is going on? Like, And then when it happened, I was just perplexed. I was happy, but then I'm like, I was kind of sad too because like Drew only had what was it, like 5 minutes, and then they like took it away.
Yeah. So Drew got a little screwed, and he deserves better, and I'm sure he's going to get it down the line again. I have a theory that for one of the upcoming live events where they're going to be in Scotland, I think he's going to actually win, and that kind of sucks because I like Damian Priest. I'm a big fan. He has the look. He looks like a star. And if you know his history, the guy used to be homeless, So
Yeah,
the fact that he started from nothing and built his way up, I like. And another thing I like, and I share this with Vince McMahon, when it comes to wrestling, I like big, intimidating guys.
yeah,
Like there is a lot of smaller guys today doing a lot of the aerobics and stuff, the 5-star matches, so to speak, and that's cool. Every show needs a couple of those matches, but I feel like that's kind of become the focus in this day and age.
yeah,
Like TNA had the X division, and that was its own little separate thing, and I loved it. And then you had the main event guys, you had the mid carders, but I feel like today a lot of it is just focused on that in ring action, and a lot
yeah.
of story or characters. So I like the fact that Damian Priest actually looks intimidating, and bro, the guy's a badass.
Yeah, like the
The
deep
bad-
voice. The deep voice is what gets me.
yeah, man. He looks like a star, and the problem is that I feel like he's going to be a transitional champion. And I mean, I could be wrong. We'll see what happens, but I feel like they're going to keep that on him transitionally.
Yeah, it
Drew being
depends too, because I'm like Rhea just relinquished the title on Raw because she got like injured on her shoulder with
that
Liv
sucks.
Morgan, and I was like, damn. After having that 5-star match with Becky, like, you serious? Like, why can't you let her heal up? Roman like didn't defend his title for months, so like, what's going on? But
Yeah.
then at the same time, it opens opportunities, and I think if anybody's gonna have is gonna be a transitional champion, it'll probably be Liv Morgan. She'll probably get the title drop just because like she's already a good heel, period. Fans hate her already. Let her have the title and then she'll drop it off to somebody else. Hopefully Jade, honestly, because Jade has been doing
I love
something good.
Jade, bro. Jade is great, man. Talk about a presence. Talk about a star, bro. AEW made a big mistake letting her go.
Well, I'm gonna. I did some more digging on that. It was more of money because they went back and forth. WWE offered like an amount. She went back. AEW topped it. Then WWE bring it up a little bit more and said, "We'll put you in the Rumble and Mania." And she was like, "Oh, I'm sold." So then
Makes sense.
you cannot take that. Yeah,
Makes sense, bro. She's a star, man. I don't care about her, work rate or whatever you want to call it, bro. She's a star. I look at
yeah.
her, star. And I love her theme, bro. I'm just waiting for them to drop her theme on YouTube so I can download it as an MP3 because her theme is freaking fire, man. That whole thing is just like one freaking guitar solo. And as someone who loves his rock and roll, I
Yeah.
theme, bro, man, amazing. By the
And
way, speaking of
correct me if I'm wrong. You listen to the wrestling theme music while working out sometimes, or
not all the time. Once in a blue moon, there's a couple of themes I really like, a couple of really random ones. Again, it depends on the pre-workout I'm on because there's certain pre-workouts that put me in a certain mood, and I
gotcha.
can go with it. I don't have a workout playlist. I really don't. I have YouTube Music, which I have like a hacked version of it, so it's essentially the full free version. I do have a lot of stuff in MP3 format, which I have downloaded,
Yeah,
stuff that's kind of hard to find,
yeah.
but I listen to whatever. Bro, I could be listening to metal 1 minute, like 80s metal, and then I could be listening to K-pop like 5 minutes later, and then
Oof,
listening to a
that's
little bit of hip hop, and then I could be listening to alternative rock from 2010. Like I'm literally all over the place. It depends on the mood. So today, just to segue a little bit, I
yeah.
took
Go right ahead.
I took the Gulag today for the very first time. This was a pre-workout that TJ hyped up, and I think Garage Jim Homie also said it was a really, really good one. And it's been out for a little while. This one's been out for a little bit,
Yeah,
and on the Reddit subreddit, pre-workout supplement subreddit, a lot of people actually crapped on it, which is why I was very hesitant to pick it up. But a lot of the people on Reddit over there are pretty insane, pretty hardcore, so like these people can double scoop crack OG and they'll be like, oh, I don't feel anything, man. Bro, I literally
Come
have people
on,
on
come
there.
on.
I got people on there telling me they don't feel wildfire. If you don't feel wildfire, man, you got to take a break from the stims, all right? Because
Yeah, because honestly, Wildfire, I don't know what's in it, but it gets you going. When I did the review, I was like, me, my brother, and my friend and his cousin took. Well, his cousin took half a scoop. We all went. The rest of us do one scoop. We don't play around. My brother is more high stim than me. Like when it comes to pre workouts, like on a daily, like he'll take crack OG, like the new crack OG. He'll do like one scoop and a half.
have you
Like,
reviewed it? Did you review the new crack OG?
no, I haven't. That's the funny part. Like I had
Yeah,
three tubs.
I
Like I
feel like
had
I
two
would have
sealed,
seen it. If you would have
and
done
he
it, I feel
killed
like I would
one.
have seen it.
And I have the purple, the OG purple tub. That one I haven't reviewed either. And the sealed one, community member took that as well. Like, cause they hit me up on the side, and I'm like, hey, it's sealed. I'm not touching it anytime soon. So go right ahead. Um, but damn, I lost my train of thought. Oh, so Wildfire. That one is like I feel like is the big brother of Juice if I'm comparing pre workouts,
Oh,
and Juice is like the little brother just because we did an hour basketball and then even half court or half court of an hour of playing basketball 3-on-3 4-on-4 and then hitting an hour of weights right afterwards and
oh
you're in
wow.
the locker room like I still can go. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like
It's a good one. Wildfire is great.
exactly. But talk to me about. I'm more interested in that pre-workout you just bring the gulag because
Yeah.
I'm like, have you reviewed it? No, right?
No, no, no. I haven't reviewed it. Today was my first
Okay,
time running it. I usually like running pre-workouts at least twice. I think there's only been one time that I reviewed a product after taking it once, and that was for the very recent Crack Daily, because all the other reviewers already had the reviews out. And, I'm familiar with Dark Labs products. I know more or less what to expect.
yeah,
So I took that one and I took it for leg day. So in my mentality, I said, listen, leg day is the hardest day of the week for me. So if this is gonna hit for leg day and it's gonna make my workout feel super easy, then I know it's gonna be amazing across the board. So that was the only time I reviewed a pre-workout after running it just once, but I usually do like running it 2, 3, bro, sometimes even 4 or 5 times. But like 2 times is my minimum. So today was my first time running Gulag. The flavor is These Colors Don't Run. It's like an American pop flavor, like a
yeah,
rocket pop flavor. The
yeah.
funny thing is the color is actually green, so it's kind of like if you were to melt. Yeah, if you were to melt the rocket pop, then you get like that green brownish color. So that's kind of the color I got, but it tasted okay. It's a very short label. It's like a semi-proprietary, so you have the first 4 ingredients, and then the rest
Gotcha.
is proprietary. But
Or like a
it's,
blend,
it's a
right?
little
Just
there's a little preview. I'm just gonna say it's the real 2 amino. It's the good lab made synthetic
gotcha.
stuff. None of that English walnut. Like this is the real deal. I'm still buzzing, bro. I'm still buzzing, and it's only been I don't know 5 hours since I took
Yeah.
this thing. I also did take the Gorilla Glycerol, which it's really
Wow.
really good. Yeah, man. Look at
Okay.
this thing, bro. Look at this thing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm like, because the only glycerol, like liquid glycerols that I've tried was the Sicario Swole, by Extremist Cartel. That one, for some reason, like activates like in 5 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
You start doing like any arm workout, and you're like, boom, you're pumped up
Blows you
for
right
the
up.
next 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
And the other one I have is the Thickwit from Keto Labs. The
Oh,
Thickwit,
I
yeah,
want to try
that
that.
one,
That one's got a
yeah,
crazy
that
label.
one. I would say, and my friend will back me on this because he has it as well. That can be the king of pumps because just how it, like, I don't know, the synergy of it mixing with any pre workout and will give you like your maximum pump. Like, I remember he sent me a video, like a quick snapshot, like his forearm just like grew like 2 inches with the veins. And I was like, God damn, like, what's going on?
Bro, if I'm not mistaken, is that the one that has also citrulline in it?
Let me. I got it right here. Let me double check.
But
It's
put it on history first. Put it up your screen.
vegetable glycerol, yeah, L-citrulline, beta adrenasis, taurine, and sodium. So you got like,
Thing is stacked.
yeah, so basically glycerol, L-citrulline, and the sodium, you're gonna get that big pump.
Yeah,
But I was,
I'm gonna hit up the owner of Kilo Labs. I'll see if he can like hook it up for me, or if not, if he can give it to me at like a discount or something, because it's a little pricey. And I think it's less servings. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like 20 servings or something, right? Instead of like 30.
25, 25.
25. Okay, so
So
Gorilla has,
five, I think five less, right? I think it is.
yeah, so I take a full cap. So this gives you 30. The Extremis
Yeah,
Cartel has 32. So yeah, that one has 25, but it has the citrulline in there, which is crazy, you know? So
yeah,
it's good. It's definitely a mix right there.
yeah. So
Talking
for
about the music, man, I'm sorry to. You
no,
were
go
talking
right ahead, go right
about
ahead.
wrestling music that I listen to sometimes.
Yeah,
So yeah, it depends on my mood. So like today, this thing had me floating, man. Like I had that initial energy and that good head buzz, that two amino head buzz that we love, but it had me in like a very floaty state of mind, and I'm still floaty right now. So today was like very trance. You know, today was like 90s trance
yeah,
mostly. But yeah, there's certain times I'll listen to some wrestling themes, like high energy. I like high energy music, you know. So I think I sent you one time one of the clips,
yes,
EC3
yes, yes.
DNA,
I
you know.
believe so. All right, hey, Gentle Jim, Beast is on here. Let's go.
Yo, what up?
Hey, what's good, bro?
Shouts out to Gentle Jim Beast. Beast in the house, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Appreciate you joining us. Yeah. So back to it. When it came to when you was talking about the pump formulas, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and the music as well. Yeah, I got that one. And for me, like, if I were to listen to it, I would have to go back to, like, let's say, like the 2000s, Attitude Era, like,
Jim Bronson.
yeah, like something like that. Like, you remember like the intros that we would get like in I think it was like 98, 99.
Yeah.
That it had like We the People, or like the other one, the other rock one. I forget the name of that one, but basically that kind of music. I would personally buy the CDs when I was younger, like the John Cena one when he came out, and not a lot of people know that he can rap. Like his
Oh yeah,
things
he's
was,
great.
yeah. But
I had an
after that
album.
whole,
I had Cena's album back in the day, man. The actual album that had the picture of his championship on it, the spinner title.
yeah,
I had that actual album back in the day, man. Long time ago, man. It was like 05, 06, but I'm freaking dating myself right here, man.
yeah. And so while we're on while we're on talking about like some fitness, like, what kind of tips have you picked up recently that you feel like the community would benefit from it, like in the sense of whether it's like food based, like switching up your diet, or cardio, or weights, or like a specific workout. What would you think is something that you would share with everybody? Because I know everybody doesn't share their secrets, but something you're willing to let go.
Sure, no problem, man. And I'm an open book, so I will always share with everybody. I'm not worried about people, you know, stealing my content or whatever, bro. It's information that's been passed down for so many
Gotcha.
generations, you know. So like to me, if I could help somebody out in need, great. You know, I used to be close to 400 pounds at one point in my life, man. I was classified as morbidly obese. You guys can go on my Instagram
Oof.
at High-Stim Ace, cheap plug, and you can scroll to the bottom and see some of my before photos. You know, I used to be really heavy back in the day. So you know, for me, the doctor wanted to put me on blood pressure medication at 28 years old, and that was a wake up call for me, you know, because
Yeah.
my dad was like 52 when he started taking blood pressure meds. And here I am at 28, morbidly obese, smoking cigarettes every day, smoking weed every day. And I'm like, well, what the hell am I doing with my life, bro? What am I doing with my life, man? And that to me was a wake up call. So I said no to the blood pressure medication. I said, I'm going to do it the old fashioned way. And literally, I just started making substitutions, you know, healthy food substitutions, eating less, and just moving. That is the key to all of it. You know, the cliche is that exercise and diet go hand in hand, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
If you have goals to lose weight, like I can't give you a lot of tips when it comes to bulking. I know everybody has different goals. You have a lot of skinny people that are what we call hard gainers. They have a hard time putting on muscle.
Yeah.
So everybody has a real struggle. Just because I was heavy most of my life and I'm still trying to lose fat, that doesn't take away from people's struggles that are skinny and they're trying to bulk and they can't do it because both struggles are equally valid. So,
Exactly.
but I can only talk about my experience when it comes to cutting, losing weight, and also putting on muscle and just generally being healthy. So I find that the most important thing, more than anything, is consistency. Because a lot of people will watch a motivational video. You can put on Pumping Iron from 1976. You're watching Golden Era bodybuilders, and you're like, God
Yeah.
damn, I want to get jacked right now. I'm motivated. Arnold and Franco Colombo and Zane and all those guys, Ronnie Coleman. Like, I want to be like that. And within a month, the motivation's gone. So there's a difference between motivation and discipline. And you got to be disciplined, man. When it's raining out and you feel like crap, you had a long day at work and you're
Yeah.
exhausted, feeling it, doesn't matter, bro. Get your ass and go to the gym. Get up and go to the gym because that's already half the work right there. Just the mindset of getting up and going to the gym, even if I'm going to have what we call a half-assed workout, it's better than not having any workout at all. I've had those
Yeah.
days. I've had those days where I got to the gym, and usually I like getting in on weekdays an hour and 20, hour and 30 when it comes to my weight session.
Yeah.
High step Saturday, high step Sunday, I like going over 2.5 hours. But I had those days where I just wasn't feeling it, and I got in like a 40, 45-minute workout. But even then, 45 minutes is better than me sitting at home for 45 minutes watching TV. So
Yeah.
consistency, whether your goal is to bulk, whether it's to cut, no matter what it is, you got to be consistent with that goal. And just to piggyback off of that, a lot of times I notice with people like when they find a program that they like, right? Or let's say they're on a program for a month and oh, I'm not seeing results, whatever. And then they switch it up completely. They pull a 360 and they switch it up entirely and you try a whole new program. You got to stick to the basics and you got to keep getting better at those basic things. And you got to stick to it because that's the only way you're going to see change. It's not going to happen overnight, man. I'm on this fitness journey, bro. I'm turning 34 next month, bro. I'm going to be 34 years old. I know I don't look like it, but I'm turning 34 next month. I started the fitness journey at 28, which to me that's the biggest regret of my life because I spent my
Yeah.
late years and my early and mid 20s smoking weed and doing nothing with my life, just working a day job so I can come home and smoke pot. That was my life, man. It's a miserable existence.
Yeah. I get it.
And I regret it, bro. I see these kids in the gym today. A lot of people crap on the teenagers in the gym. And yeah, sure, a bunch of them are pretty obnoxious. But the fact that they're there at 17, 18 years old, man, they're getting such a head start in life. Like, I wish I was at the gym at 17, 18, doing what they're doing right now. I
Yeah.
didn't start at
Exactly.
28, you
Yeah.
know?
Because at that age is like right when you hit like your peak, when you have that good metabolism, you have that that issue with like you don't have no issues like you wake up and you're not as sore. You can
No
go
joke.
more.
And these kids are pushing 2 plates. And, I'm struggling with like a plate and a half, man, because I have bad elbows. I got a bad lower back. I got rotator cuff issues, bro. That's it.
Yeah.
I know I look young, but I am actually 33, so I do have joint issues, the lower back issues, bro. That's it. It's age. It is what it is. It happens. So, and I'm a natural, so I don't have any extra help when it comes to stuff. Like I do dabble with test boosters, natural test boosters,
Gotcha.
herbal based stuff, ashwagandha, Tonkat Ali, like all those. There's a lot of stuff that does work. Also, I take supplements, zinc, magnesium, calcium. I try to take vitamin C, vitamin D. Sometimes I do forget, but I do have my regimen. And like right now, I'm actually cycling off of the UK Labs test booster, which I was taking
Okay.
for the last like 40 days, which
Gotcha.
I'm going to be reviewing, by the way. But after that, I'm going to start taking the Macho from Extremis Cartel, which is supposed to be a really, really good one. So, my friend Jake from Nutra Cartel, shouts out to Nutra Cartel. Jake sent me out that
That's
one to check out. But generally, we try to help ourselves as much as possible, and supplements really do make a difference. There's a lot of
yeah.
good supplements. There's a lot of crappy supplements, which is why we have reviewers like you, like me, like Dan, TJ, GGH, like everybody in between, you know.
Yeah.
But
And one thing I did notice is like at first it's oh yeah, and Dansby, I know what you're talking about. My buddy here, he's a Georgia native as well, former New Yorker. He had the same issue, like bulking up. And the best thing that he did to bulk up, honestly, he started doing the mass gainer by Optimum Nutrition. That one is very good, just because I think each scoop is like 1,200 calories, something pretty high up. But you don't have to take it forever. It's just for I think 3 to 4 months until your body like kicks into gear all those calories that you're intaking. But then afterwards, you could just like try normal proteins because then you're gonna get too bulky, and then coming down will be like the opposite effect of what you want. And talking about my boy, he just like sent me a WhatsApp thing that just popped up on my screen. Today he's mixing goblin juice with that's Panda's goblin juice with the yeah, there you go, with Superhuman Pump, the Starburst flavor. That one was a limited edition. It's gone. I've tried it out, and I only got a sample the other time, so it's pretty sweet. And I'm like I get so pissed off sometimes that I want to get this flavor, and by the time I go to Lucha Cartel or their actual website is sold out. Um, oh, all right, yeah, I get it. Yeah, well, which one are you talking about?
we're just talking about
Goblin
Goblin.
Juice or Superhuman Pump?
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, because I mentioned two supplements, so I just want to double check.
While we're waiting, oh,
Oh,
Goblin.
Goblin. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that one is very euphoric. And FYI, you guys don't know this. I haven't shared it. I'll share it now. My mom does work out with us. She's about 58 this year. So she does one of her go-tos is goblin juice. So you already know she loves the panda supplements. And another one, her second go-to is the panda skull, which is rare because
I gotta try.
Panda Skull. I think I have it somewhere. Where is it? I think it's downstairs. Yeah,
That's like a
because she.
trop heavy one, right? It's supposed to be more of a trop.
I think that's like their highest stim that they have because it's pretty loaded. Like that one, I think they released it like November, December, or something like that.
Yeah, so they're actually selling sample packets right now. So I'm actually about to order some samples of Rampage and Goblin Juice, and I want to try their Fat Burner also because I heard the Panda Cuts is really good.
Oh yeah,
And
I got Panda Cuts. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, got it right here. So this one is it got the Alpha Yo in here, GBB, Pro GBB. Um, and the Alpha Yo here is, I think it's a combination. You got the Wolfenstein and then the 3,5 L-theanine, which is T2. Total is like 2 milligrams. And this thing is loaded. Like it got caffeine adrenaline for 2 capsules. You get 300 milligrams of caffeine. But
so
like,
for
look
me,
at this
like,
label.
I
It's
would
very
take that at one
underrated.
cap. I would take that at one cap with my morning cup of coffee. Like I looked at that label, it's really good. It's definitely like
Yeah,
something you could take 2 caps with like a pump formula to get in a good workout. But like for me, if
yeah,
I'm looking for daily non-DMHA fat burner, I would run 1 cap with a morning cup of coffee because it's perfectly dosed. Like
yeah,
I love my stimulants, but the problem is if I overdo the caffeine first thing in the morning before I eat, I don't have an
yeah,
appetite when I wake up. By the way, I don't have like an appetite until 3 hours after I wake up. Especially, I drink 2 cups of coffee right off the bat, so that kind of kills my appetite for a little bit. So
yeah,
I'm taking something that's like really, really DMHA heavy, or something like Thermal Spark, which has a little bit of that secret sauce sprinkled in. Then
yeah.
it gets me really wired and jittery, and then you have the crash in the afternoon. Not with Thermal Spark, but with like some other products, like Insane Labs, bro. They have a lot of fat burners which are amazing, bro. But that stuff's like legal. It's like legal cocaine. I swear to God,
Because
bro.
I know Same Labs does the proprietary blends, right? Like they
Yeah,
do, yeah. So I'm like, they have the secret sauce because the first time I got put onto them was through GTH because he had knocked him first, and then he came back and he was like, even though it's proprietary blend, like this fat burner, I forgot the name of it. What's their fat burner? The powdered version.
They have a couple, so they gotta have older stuff. They got insane cuts, which they have in pill format and in powder format, and then they have the one where my girlfriend uses. It's the Psychotic Diablo. That one's really
Oh
good.
yeah, that's the one. That's
You
the
know,
one. Psychotic Diablo. He did a review on, and that one got me like geared towards that. But I haven't tried out any of their pre workouts. But I do have the bloodbath. I have two. I literally traded my friend one pump formula for no. Actually, you know what? I had a brainstorm. I traded my one of the brainstorms to for him for a bloodbath. So I got two bloodbaths because when you put me onto it, I was like, I don't know, this thing was like doesn't look like it's gonna do anything. But then those nitrates hit and that pomegranate with the beetroot, I think is a combo in there.
bro, beetroot powder is such an underrated ingredient, and I don't know why more pre-workout pump formulas don't use beetroot. Like, I think the original crack, the purple tub crack, also has beetroot powder in it. Which, even though there's a lot of DMAA in that one, which is supposed to constrict blood flow, I still get insane pumps on that one because of the beetroot powder. I don't know.
Yeah.
More pre-workouts should utilize that. I don't know why they don't, but they should. It's a good ingredient, man.
Yeah, sorry I'm moving around a lot. It's just I had this ankle brace on and it's like bugging me a little bit because I sprained my ankle the other day. So I'm like, I think it was
It's
like
all good, bro.
Tuesday.
Do your thing. I'm gonna actually segue because we were talking about the Panda Goblin, and I actually have three sealed tubs over here of pre-workout that I'm gonna share with the community as a little bit of a preview for what I'm gonna be reviewing next. So as you guys saw, these are all sealed. This is the Goblin Juice from Panda, and I picked this up in my haul. If you guys haven't seen that video, you can check it out on my channel, High-Stim Ace. I did a haul from NutriCartel and Panda Subs where I got the three proteins, which I will be reviewing soon also. And this was the only pre-workout. This is technically going to be the very first pre-workout that I'm running from Panda. I have
Yeah.
Panda Pump formula. They're what's it called? The Panda Pump with the big bull on it, which I really like.
Which did you get the new flavor? Cause
No, I got
or
one of the older ones. I got like the blackberry one, one of the older ones.
dragon rainbow dragon fruit.
No, I got the blackberry lime. I think
Oh, blackberry lime. Okay.
it's
Yeah,
good. Yeah,
that one I haven't tried. I stuck to the rainbow dragon fruit because it's pretty like it's tasty.
yeah,
And I have downstairs like in the seal tubs that I have the new cherry flavor. I just want to finish that one before I open it
yeah.
because I'm like still same formula, just a different flavor. And I think David Ferguson just did the review on excuse me. Yeah, I'm dealing with that cold too.
Yeah,
Is
we're passing it around to each other.
Yeah, I swear. David Ferguson just did that review a couple days back. So if you want, I'll plug that in there just cause, you know,
I haven't really watched a lot of his content. His content, like I've heard of his name before, but I haven't actually. Maybe I should try to check him out. Maybe I'll link up with him also. He's probably
yeah,
one of the few reviewers that I haven't like actually ever been in touch with. Oh, I want to give a big plug, by the way. My good friend, he doesn't really do as much reviews anymore. He's had a lot of like personal stuff. He had to move houses, whatever. He's from the UK, if I'm not mistaken, or from Wales. Way of the Dead Gone. If you guys haven't checked this guy out, I'm a huge fan of his. He is the one that actually inspired me to kind of do the reviews where I'm at the gym and I'm recording footage of myself and giving my in between thoughts because that's his whole shtick. Like this guy started it, all right. Like he does his reviews. He used to have a home gym. He used to do like everything at home, and
yeah.
he's also a martial artist, kickboxer. Like this guy's a badass man. He's definitely someone I would want to meet in real life. But anyway, I think he's going to be doing reviews again soon, so you guys can check him out. Also, Way of the Dead Gone, really, really cool dude. But I want to share just real quick.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
and look, Gentle Jim Beast, he knows and he says his reviews are awesome and very
yes,
underrated.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
you gotta send me his link because
I
I
will.
haven't seen any of his stuff. So we're putting each other on to new people, so that's
Yeah,
great.
this is why I love this community, bro. Because
Mhm.
a lot of times in like the mainstream fitness community, where you have the influencers, right? A lot of these people always kind of bash each other. Like Greg Doucette's going to talk crap about Jeff Nippert, and then Jeff Nippert's going to talk crap about this other guy, and bro, they try to keep each other down because it's all competition. You know what I mean? But this community here is really uplifting. Everybody helps each other out, and
Yeah.
genuinely, like, bro, even like the big dogs like Garage Gym Homie and TJ from Fitness Deal News, bro, like I talk to them regularly and they're super chill and they both been nothing but incredible help to me. So, much love to everybody in this community.
Yeah, yeah. So shout outs to dropping to Mr. Remix, everything. Yeah, what's up? How's everything on your end? And what he said? New supplement reviewer out here. Yes, we are.
Shouts out to you. I'm
Um,
gonna check out your channel after. I don't think I've ever checked out Mr. Remix Everything. I'm gonna check out your channel as soon as the stream is done. Thank you so much, brother.
yeah.
Appreciate it.
And he's getting fancy with it. It's a TM next to it, so that's trademark. So he spent some money on that.
I like that.
Yeah, and drug free. Dansby, yes, Ace and me have shaved our beards off. I don't know if you ever had a full beard. I know at the beginning you did
It's
have like
so yeah, bro. So it's funny. Let me tell you a little story off tangent. So I've actually had a goatee since I was 17 or 18, just like the little chin hairs, and then I did kind of morph that into a beard in my 20s. But
yeah.
I used to love having facial hair. Now I can't stand it. Like I did grow it out recently, like maybe like 6, 7 months ago. If you watch some of my older videos, like I did have a little bit of facial hair, like maybe a month old beard or whatever. But that's because my girlfriend loves when I have facial hair. I personally don't like it anymore. I just don't like the way it feels. So I don't have it anymore, and she learned to be okay with it. But yeah, I did have facial hair for like a good 11 years of my life, man. Like I had the goatee and then I had the beard and everything. But bro, here's my problem, bro. I'm OCD. You know what OCD is?
Yes, 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 yes.
So if I have like one little hair sticking out of my mustache in an angle, it will drive me crazy, bro. So
Or like you're trying to like comb
if
it.
my beard isn't like 100% even and it looks like on fleek, it drives me nuts, bro. I gotta say, you know who has one of the best beards I've ever seen, and this guy takes good care of his beard? Freaking
Who?
Roman Reigns, bro. That dude's
Oh
beard.
my gosh, yes. Him and Seth Rollins. Him and
Seth,
Seth Rollins have this beard. Oh my gosh, like
I
I'm
don't know
like
how Roman gets that thing looking so clean. Like he literally has it fading from here, and that thing is like, I don't know, it's perfect.
yeah, and for me, I'm like and talking about that, I'm like I don't know if you've heard the news about Tama Tonga joining the Bloodline. Came over from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and now he showed up on SmackDown,
I don't
joined the
even know.
Bloodline. Basically, another cousin of the Usos joining the Bloodline.
Oh my god.
And then there's the who's the other guy? Jacob Fatu. He was on MLW
Yeah,
indie
I
scene.
know. I know him.
He
Yes.
signed also to WWE and was spotted backstage on Raw. So hopefully we get him in the Bloodline as well. And then we get Zilla, which is Umaga's son, which is in the indie scene training
Wow.
right now with Booker T. So we could have a lot of bloodline like come in. And for me, I would like to see like the bloodline, like The Rock comes in, takes over the bloodline, turns their back on Roman, and they have to fight. And he has to fight everybody all the way to WrestleMania 41 and faces the final boss, man. I don't know. That's something I want to see.
I like that, but let me ask you a question, man. Do you think the fans will accept Roman Reigns as a babyface? Because those fans
Uh,
are fickle, man.
well, right now, since he kind of went away, and towards the end, like even though Cody had his moments, but they were like, I don't know if you heard the crowd. They were like, "Thank you, Roman," because he
Right.
held it down from 2020 to 2024. That's
True.
a lot. Like just by you holding it down for that long, and I think he had leukemia. He's still battling leukemia. Does his workouts, goes in hard, shows up to work, and everything. Oh man, word keeps. All right, I hear you. All right.
Yo,
And
bet you.
anybody down in the who's in the comment section, hey, put whatever you want, supplement wise, wrestling wise, fitness wise. Just we'll go off your topic as well because you're joining us. So I want to respect that as well, part of the community. Yeah. So going back to it, what other? Well, I haven't even given a fitness tip out there, honestly. Thinking
Yeah, yeah.
about it.
Haven't even
So
done.
something that I did notice because I like hit like my highest, my lowest peak, my highest weight was like 300 pounds, and that was like because I just kind of gave up because when I was younger, I always okay. OG Dark Energy. Okay. I still haven't tried it. Ace gave me that one. I still haven't tried it. Um, the Excelsior one, that was something else. Yeah, that was a different experience. But Dark Energy, Ace is the man. If when it comes to it, I'll plug in my little tip, and then
Yeah.
basically you take it from there. So what I've noticed was cardio wasn't working for me at the beginning when I moved to Georgia and the weight loss and joined the gym. It was not like I wasn't seeing any results, and I did it for like a month and a half. But then I went straight into strength training and doing an hour and a half of just strength training for a full year, and I literally was like losing like 1 or 2 pounds every single week, and I was adjusting my diet here and there. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, like I'm not the person who loves dieting. Like I have my favorite, meals, but when I first started, I just was like replacing one meal with a protein shake, and then I started switching it up. Just because when you start focusing on your health and start eating a little bit cleaner, when you start eating that junk food, it doesn't sit right anymore. I don't
It
know if
does.
you noticed that. And then your body kind of rejects it and you're done for like 2 or 3 days trying to get rid of it. So I'm like, let me just stay away from that. So then if I do eat a cheat meal, it's like on payday. Every 2 weeks when I get paid, I go out, maybe go like to a sushi buffet or
Yes.
something like that. But
Bro, I
that's
haven't
like
seen
more for the
it.
pumps. Yeah. But before that, like I would eat like Domino's or something. But then the next day, I'll get back to it like with some cardio, and always start off like either my Sunday or Saturday or Monday after the cheat meal with a fat burner, whether it's Panda Cuts, Superhuman Burn, something that's a fat burner.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that when you mix the strength training, you have your cheat meal, and then you start off with a fat burner. You kind of slim down and lose all of that after all that water weight and all that bloat after the first day or two. But again, everybody's different. But I've noticed during doing more strength training, I lost more weight. Now, after that full year or year and a half, I'm just incorporating the cardio first, like 30 minutes before, uh, a 45-minute weight session, and then hit cardio again, just to like eliminate any fat loss that any like to eliminate any fat period. So what are we seeing? Be healthy is always enjoy life and don't enjoy if you don't succeed in both or okay. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, basically saying you gotta still enjoy life and not let it go to your head, which I 100% agree with,
Yeah.
bro. Jim Peace knows what's up. Like, I went to Arizona recently. I was hitting up every fast food joint, and not just fast food, but other stuff also. Like, we went out to a couple
Yeah.
of really nice spots. Went out to Korean barbecue. We went out to Cracker Barrel twice, bro. Some awesome breakfast items there. I had chicken fried steak for the first time in my life. That was freaking amazing. That blew my mind. But yeah, what you were saying, man, about eating the junk food and it doesn't sit well with you. It's freaking accurate, bro.
Mhm.
You're used to eating. By the way, when I was like really heavy, I have an ice cream addiction. Okay, even to this day, like that's my one vice is ice cream, and especially Haagen Dazs. Haagen Dazs was always my number one. Like I used to literally go to ShopRite, which is one of the big chains over here, and they usually have the Haagen Dazs on sale. So instead of like $6 a pint, it would be like 3.25 or whatever. So every time we had them on sale, I kid you not, I would stock up on like 15 to 20 of them. No, I'm not even kidding. I'm like serious,
Yeah.
bro. I used to eat 2 pints a night. Now, just to put it into perspective,
Oh
each
my.
pint of Haagen-Dazs has about 1,200 calories. So 2,400 calories a night, just me eating while watching TV while stoned and having the munchies. That was what I did for like 10 years. And then you wonder how I was almost at 400 pounds, you know?
Yeah.
So there is substitutions. Thank God we live in a day and age today where there are so many substitutions. I'm eating this ice cream right now, and I still only eat it once a week, but it's called Nix. It's from Sweden. It's a little pricey. It's about $6 or $7 a pint, but a
Yeah.
pint, an entire freaking pint, has like 240 calories, which is great. You can fit that
Yeah.
into your diet. It's not bad. I got
That's
myself,
like a protein bar, basically,
yeah,
right? Like,
and it has protein in it. I think there's like 10 grams of protein in it, and it tastes decent. Listen, it's not going to taste like Haagen Dazs. It's not going to taste like Turkey Hill,
yeah.
obviously, but it's a good substitution. So you have to learn how to be okay with substitutions. As long as you're able to still somewhat enjoy it, but it's
Yeah.
not derailing your diet entirely, it's a big win. Like something that I like having, one of my favorite treats. You know what popsicles are, right? Like they come in the yellow box,
Yeah.
popsicles. So
Yeah.
I get sugar-free popsicles. You know, they sweeten them with Splenda. Bro, they're 15 calories each. So even if you
Oh,
eat 10 of them, which is a lot,
yeah.
even if
Mhm.
you eat 10 of them, it's 150 calories. That's not a lot. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's a quick
mean?
cardio session, maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we live in a day and age, and you have all these protein bars from Quest. I love Quest. They release so much good quality stuff with great macro.
I don't know about Quest. I just like, for me, it's like too um it's like
Artificial.
too thick. Too thick. Like when it comes to it, like I have to have a glass of milk for me
Yeah,
to
yeah.
eat
Yeah.
that. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying that it's a bad protein bar or anything like that.
So these here are
Oh, you
amazing.
got the
Yeah,
blondies?
these are great, but they're a little bit higher on calories. So these have, I think, like 270. So it's a little bit high. Like I like to keep mine at 200, 220. So these once a day, max. But it's good to have in a pinch. Bro, I got to tell you, by the way, those AP bites, fire.
Yeah, and I was like hitting up the. Wait, hold up. You said you got frozen grapes taste
I
like
do that
candy.
too. I
I
do that.
haven't tried that. Is that accurate? Like how it
Bro,
tastes?
frozen grapes, frozen blueberries, and frozen strawberries are amazing. You can literally put them in a bowl and put just like a little bit of whipped cream. Get yourself some sugar-free whipped cream. It's freaking delicious, man.
Oh man, and he just had some gentle Jim Beast. Yeah. All right, so I'll put that on my short list of things to try. Well, on my list period. Um, and another thing that I've learned, and I took your advice on this. I literally got the Mio water. This is
Yes.
the Arizona. If you know this, like when you were younger, everybody was on this. It was like a buck for like this big, like
Oh
a
yeah.
dollar for this big thing. Yeah, so I'm like 0 calories on this, and I think it has either what is it, Splenda or no?
It's Splenda, sucralose, which is
Yeah,
Splenda.
sucralose. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, it's just pretty small writing, so I gotta like really dig into it. But 0 calories, and I just throw it in water sometimes because it's like we kind of I don't know. I kind of get bored of just water all the time. Uh, the
Yeah.
tall boy. Yes, the tall boy.
You know what's funny, by the way? They still sell the Arizonas, and it still says 99 cents on the can, but they'll charge you like $1.50 or $1.75 now. Bro, it says
Yeah.
99 cents. The guy tells me inflation, inflation. Oh, come on, it says 99 cents on the can, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, and going back to your the AP bites, like I was just so like I was it crushed me when Neutral Cartel couldn't get them anymore because of going viral on TikTok, and that one was like my go-to bars. And then now I want to restock on the bars or well brownies because they're basically like little brownies.
Yeah.
The flavor that I wanted is sold out. So I'm like, let me try something different. So I will drop it here. I'm getting the Jocko protein bars coming in.
Ooh.
The new Jockos, just because it looks good. I know it can have more protein, but I'm not gonna be picky about it because I want to try something new. So that's coming in as well. And I got another sleep aid. I forgot how it's called. I think it's called Samoxic, something like that.
Oh, Somatomax.
Somatomax. There you go. Yeah, that.
Let me warn you about that one right now, okay? It's good that you told me about this, okay? And I gave my good friend, drug-free Dansby, the same advice, okay? That stuff has an ingredient in there called phenibut. Now, phenibut, it could be very, very addictive. Me personally, I never had issues because I cycle this stuff very responsibly. But if you go on Reddit and you literally just type in phenibut, where you're going to find so many threads about people talking about withdrawal symptoms they had for 3 to 4 weeks and whatever. People use it recreationally, but we're not, we're not drug users. We use these things as intended. So all I'm going to tell you is two things when it comes to Somatomax. First of all, don't use it more than twice a week. Even I would say once a week, and use it on a night that you know you're going to get like 8 hours of sleep, 7.5, 8.5. Because if you're going to use it and then you're only getting 5.5, 6 hours because you got to be up for work, you're going to feel groggy. You're going to have brain fog. You're going to be exhausted. You're going to feel like crap. So only like me personally, I have Somatomax, but I prefer Ninja Zen. Ninja Zen, in my opinion, is the superior product, which I'm going
Yeah,
to be reviewing Ninja Zen really soon also.
yeah.
But
I can't take Ninja Zen because I'm allergic to the. I found out the hard way. I drank it, and I'm allergic to the. What is it? I think it has like valerian root or something,
oh,
or I forgot what it is. It's like no. It's lavender. The
ah,
lavender extract that it has. So I thought I was just allergic to the pollen out here, but then like my face turned red, and I'm like the only new supplement I've been trying is the Ninja Zen. Yeah, and look, that's my boy right there. Think Money. Yeah, he loves Ninja Zen. He loves the original one with the Phenibun.
yeah.
Um, you got the original one or you got version two?
Yeah, no, so version 2 still has the Phenibut in it. I hear rumblings that they might be discontinuing it, but it's not official yet, so we'll see. Usually Jake from NutriCartel always gives us a heads up, so if they are going to reformulate it, he's
Yeah.
going to let us know, and at that point I'm probably going to stock up on like 2 or 3 of them. I have 2 right now, one which is sealed, which I just got recently, and one which I have been using, but again, I use it like once a week. Friday night, before
Yeah.
High Saturday, before High Stim Sunday, like I literally use it Friday night because I don't get a lot of sleep most nights. Like I get like 7 hours on a good night, because I got to be up early for work. So for me, it's not worth taking during the week. I'll take it Friday night, go to bed at like 10, 10:15, and bro, like I'm gonna get myself like a good 9 hours, and I'm good for High Stim Saturday, High Stim Sunday. But definitely
Yeah.
don't overdo it. And another tip I'm gonna tell you when it comes to the Somatomax, weigh it out. Start off with half a dose because that shit is strong. The full dose is too much for me. Start off with 7. I think the dose is 14 grams. So you're gonna want to start with 7, and believe me, you're gonna feel it because there's a lot more phenibut in that one than in Ninja Zen. I think Ninja Zen has 750, and I think Somatomax is like double that, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So start with half a dose and see how you feel. You can always up it the next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to have to pay Jake and Cartel a visit. Those free supplements he gave us on those holiday hauls. Oh yeah, yeah, because my like we did the what was this? I think it was the Black Friday deal.
Yeah.
And both my friend and I, we are Georgia residents, and we ended up getting Clout Mamba, both of us.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, but different flavor. I think he got like some snow cone flavor, and I got the Galaxy candy. It's not bad, but the main source of caffeine is caffeine adrenaline, so it's kind of like it takes time to build, and I
Yeah.
think it has like GBB in there as well. But there's so many versions of the Clout Mamba that I don't even know like where it's going. Oh yeah, oh you are coming to Georgia in September to NutriCartel. Yeah, that's what's up.
Ooh, he says he's gonna record a review for the channel while he's over there by the NutriCartel headquarters. That's sick, bro.
Yeah, yeah, Dansby. I would join you, but I told Dansby this on IG. I live way north, like about 2.5 hours from NutriCartel. Yeah, look, you see, he even gave it a thumbs down. Clout Mamba is was yeah, thumbs down. It's all right. It's I feel like it leans towards a daily. if that. And that's
We're
just
two
like,
junkies, man. The dailies ain't gonna cut it for us, you know.
all right, all right. I haven't tried Cali Mamba, Dansby, so I'm not. I can't
No,
say that.
he's mixing it up. He's mixing it up. You're talking about Clout Mamba, and Dansby's talking about Cali Mamba. Those are two different products. Cali
Let me
Mamba
see
is
if I.
Wildfire. Yeah, you guys are talking about two different products.
Oh yeah, I got Clout Mamba up there. Just give me a
It's
second.
different from Cali Mamba. They're two different products. Cali Mamba is really
Yeah, so well, Clout Mamba is this right here. Like it got Clout up here and then Mamba, and it's kind of it's all right. Yeah, like I said, yeah, 350 of caffeine, adrenasis, but it got 100 milligrams of theobromine, so that's why it's kind of like drops down. But the decaffeinated Mally is 50 milligrams, but I didn't really feel it. Like it's like I don't understand. For me, maybe it wasn't high stim enough, and but the label is kind of different. Every like I said, they reformulated this like 4 or 5 times, and I think the like they even went up to like a new version that's available in GNC and stuff. So they went on that route. LOL, a lot of mambas. Yes, there is a lot of mambas.
rest in peace to the OG Kobe, Black Mamba.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still, I still,
That's
I still can't believe that, man. To this day, that's like one celebrity death. That's still, I can't even believe that shit happened. That Kobe just died in that freaking helicopter crash, man. Can you believe that shit?
yeah.
Bro, I literally
Let me
used to watch.
just angle my phone this way because my charger. I need to plug in my charger here.
Yeah,
Uh, as I have a little table here, just let me switch it up. Yeah. So with another sleep aid I've been dabbling with was what was this? The sorry about that. Let me.
yeah. I like the NWO poster, bro. Wolfpack for life.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lean it like this because that's where I can be right now, and I can be relaxed. Yeah, while it charges, because this is going so good, honestly. The live. So another going back to the sleep aids, there's one that I do want to kind of review on, and well, that review I literally am editing right now, and it's superhuman sleep. It's bedtime burner and muscle builder. It's kind
Ooh,
of a little lighter, but it's a mix of like let me see. It got for sleep aid. They call it what is it? Tranquility matrix is chamomile flower and melatonin. So they don't use like phenabun or anything like that, and they use ashwagandha and L-theanine in here. So it's like four chill ingredients to like give you that nice sleep, but also it got other like ingredients that will like help you. It got GABA in here, it got L-dopa, and it got L-glutamine. So like L-glutamine is really cool uh, for the muscle support, and
High
it's
Tech
great.
Sleep RX. I haven't tried High Tech Sleep RX. I haven't tried that one. No, I may
Now
pick
I
it up.
would have to look into that one. I like I'll listen to the community. So I'll once that Nutri Cartel discount code comes in, like that money, like that's when I restock. If not, like I'll restock on my own, just because I know everybody in the community wants like a different one. And this one, I didn't even know like what was this about. And superhuman sleep, like people were like, hey, I think on the superhuman burn pre-workout that I did, the review, somebody in the community wanted it, so I was like, let me go get it, because they ended up buying that superhuman burn, because it's like a pump formula and a fat burner at the same time.
That's good. Bro, speaking of epic pump formulas, I want to give a little plug to Black Flag Supplements. They got a pump product coming out, and the owner sent me a little preview of the ingredients, and that thing looks crazy, bro. It's like the craziest pump formula I've ever seen, but there's also like test boosting ingredients in there. Like there's horny goat weed in there,
What?
and bro, it's
Oh
crazy. I
my!
don't. It's gonna be good pumps for the gym and the bedroom, apparently, because this thing looks crazy, man. I'm telling you, bro.
He's like, you're gonna get pumps in the gym and pumps in the bed.
I hope he's gonna send me a tub out because he did send me out that rattle. So I'm hoping he's gonna send me a tub of this also because man, if not, I'm just gonna buy it because it looks really good and I love that rattle. Have you tried the rattle yet?
No, I have not, and that's like another issue, but I'll leave that to like the companies because you know how we kind of reach out to them and they're like, hey, I would love to review your products and whatnot. Sometimes they're unresponsive,
Yeah,
and I end up just getting them myself just to do a review, and
yeah,
that's why I did that post like when I do reviews, sometimes I end up circling back to that pre-workout maybe a month or two down the road, just because I found something better or something that I like. Maybe like I told you, like if there's a pre-workout that got alpha GPC in it, I'm going for that. That one is staying there for a while, or like maybe like a specific dose of Araya or whatever it is. Whatever I loved about that pre-workout, it's staying there, but then the other ones I kind of got to circle back to and all that. So it's kind of like tricky with the companies to get them for free. Sometimes you do get them, sometimes you don't.
yeah.
But that's what ended up happening with the Specimen Max. That one by Glaxon. I hit up Jake. I'm like, hey, you got like a sample or something? And I know Jake is third party, so I'm like, I don't expect anything from him.
Yeah.
Um, and he was like, unfortunately, I don't have any samples at the moment, but at least he kind of looked. He told me give me like 2 3 days, and then I'm like, you know what? I'll just get it myself. Did the review, and people headed over there. That's the benefit of it. Like you as the viewers get to know hands on whether it's good or not, which is something that also fulfills me aside from doing the gym workouts and taking the supplements because sometimes there are some supplements that you're like, it's all right or it's mid or whatever. But then most of them turn out good. It's just caters to different crowds. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Bro, I'm gonna actually have to cut out of here in like 5 minutes, so maybe we can just give our final thoughts or whatever, and just give our plugs, and we're
Yeah, go
definitely
right ahead.
in the future, man, because I had a great time just chatting, and talking about stuff that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. So you guys that tuned in, thank you so much. I had a great time talking about wrestling and fitness supplements and fat burners and a little bit of my fitness journey. You guys can catch me on my YouTube channel, High-Stim Ace. Also at High-Stim Ace on Instagram. Pretty easy. I try to keep it the same across all
Yeah.
social media platforms. I do not have TikTok, nor will I ever have TikTok. I hate TikTok. That shit is cancer, and I will not participate in it, even if
Yes.
it doubles or triples my views. So YouTube and Instagram at High-Stim Ace, and that's it, bro. All you, man.
All right. Yeah. So I would like to thank everybody in the community for joining us for the 82 minutes we've been on. Wow, it's been a while.
Wow, time flew
Yeah.
by.
So we're about to hit that time that A's got to go. Even though we have the day off, but that's why we were able to do it. And the only thing I would plug in is like we both have codes in NutriCartel. Doesn't matter if you use Ace code or my code. I'm gonna add his links, his YouTube link on the bottom after I finish editing the video because when we go live, we kind of don't have that option. And also next Saturday, I will be running. I've decided because I hit up Ace and he was like, I still haven't tried it either. I'm going to be reviewing the Yayo, which is the Muscle Force and NutriCartel collab. And remember, guys, even you don't have to wait for my review because when I spoke to Jake about it, he only has limited supplies. I think it's like 60 tubs left or something, which is ridiculous because this pre workout came out a while back, and I'm like, it sold out that good. And I would like to just plug in one pre workout, which is Ace's favorite, I believe, or one of the favorites that I got. Okay, yeah, right. Is it one of your favorites
Absolutely.
or the favorite? But yeah, this will probably be run like sometime in the next couple weeks, maybe 2 weeks, and then a big shout out to NutriCartel, Free Hooligan from my order from the Easter day, and one more pre workout I gotta plug in just because it's something I saw GGH had and came in as well. Hive, Project Nemesis. So it's sealed, and these are coming on the way. But that's all I'm gonna say. And again, thank you guys for joining me. Sorry if my voice is a little hoarse. Me and Ace have been sick, even though we're in two separate states, but it is what it is. So with that, guys, I'll wrap up the live, and thank you for joining me. Yeah, I love you too, Drug B, Dansby, and everybody who
So
joined
Jim
the
B
chat.
are the best.
Yes. All right. All right. So one confirmation. Yeah, you was fire. So I'll see you guys. Hopefully next month for the next wrestling pay per view.
We're
Right.
definitely going to be doing this again numerous
All right.
times.
All right. Dansby, hit me up on IG for the other thing. All right. So with that, guys, I'll see you. All right. See you, Ace.
Take care, brother.
All right.